Aloha and good morning, faculty, staff, friends, and family. It is my honor to present this 2021 Alumni of the Year Award, and he needs no introduction. To express Hawaii Community College's appreciation to the loved ones of Mr. William Billy Kenoi, it is my honor to present this video.
Billy was a Hawaii Community College student for 3 semesters from spring 1989 to spring 1990. He was on the Dean's List, maintaining a 3.5 overall GPA during his tenure at Hawaii CC. I had the pleasure of being his professor in the spring 1990 semester as his Human Services Practicum Supervisor. Several students were selected for their leadership abilities to mentor other students in the new interdisciplinary themed Learning Communities program. It was clear even then, as a lower division community college student, that Billy was an inspirational leader with charisma and that he was destined for a larger role in life. I was happy to write him a letter of recommendation for him to continue his educational journey after HCC at the University of Massachusetts Amherst campus as a National Student Exchange participant. And later on, I wrote him a recommendation to enter the William S. Richardson Law School in 1996.
After graduating from UMass in 1993 and UH William S. Richardson Law School in 1996, Billy went right into public service and served as a deputy public defender and in the appellate, family, juvenile, and adult family court divisions. In 2001, he was appointed by Mayor Harry Kim as his special executive assistant to tackle the ice epidemic on the Big Island. While in this position, he also approached our Administration of Justice coordinator at that time about the possibility of lecturing in Hawaii CC's program. So, for 9 consecutive semesters between fall 2004 and fall 2009, he taught for Hawaii Community College as a lecturer in AJ. Billy loved teaching, and his charismatic style drew many students to our classes and programs. I think in his heart of hearts, he may have enjoyed teaching more than politics. He loved interacting with our students and getting them to think critically and engage in their communities.
Students thoroughly enjoyed Billy's classes because of his knowledge, engaging teaching style, and authenticity. He inspired each of them to achieve their highest potential and to never give up or lose sight of their goals. I remember having a conversation with him when he was in his 2nd term of office as mayor, and he shared with me about how much he missed teaching and how he couldn't wait to get back into the classroom.
During Auntie Sandy's Human Services classes this spring, her students submitted reflections on Billy's Hawaii Pacific University 2014 commencement keynote address. These are quotes from students about Mr. Kenoi's tremendous impact. To someone I wish I could have met, he was one important factor that contributed to my motivation in school and in life. His words reached me without even needing to tell me face to face.
His local boy etiquette and poise up there at the podium was unbelievable. He was real. He wasn't trying to be someone he was not. When he told the graduates, "Hey, if somebody tell you no can, look at me," he continued saying, "I never listen. Remember, always can."
On my journey, when I feel like giving up, I will remember Uncle Billy's words, "Sister, no scare 'em, go get 'em." Hilo was honored to have you. Aloha, Billy.
My favorite quote was by Ralph Waldo Kamakaviva Ole Emerson. He stated, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." That was such a profound quote for me and one I will never forget. It's absolutely true, and the beauty is realizing how much we have inside us.
Any obstacle, hurdle, or barrier is meant to go over, around, or through. I couldn't help but view those words as a revelation. It completely opened my eyes to a solution of barriers I have faced thus far, and I plan on keeping that saying as my mantra when I feel it getting to be too much.
That story and statement right there lit a fire within me. I was struggling to keep up with school this week. I was struggling to get through my days overall, as I'm still fighting this fight with my body and my situation. I almost allowed my situation to get the best of me. I almost allowed myself to give up. I considered dropping a class to simply make it easier for myself. But listening to his speech in your class came at the perfect moment. The harder you work, the better you do. The more you put in, the more you get out.
In 2007, Hawaii Business Magazine recognized Billy as one of 25 people who would make a difference in Hawaii over the next 25 years. A year later, at the age of 39, he was elected Hawaii County Mayor in his first run for public office, making him the youngest mayor in the history of Hawaii County. He successfully won re-election for a second term, serving from 2012 through 2016.
As Hawaii County Mayor, Billy worked passionately to transform our community. His administration completed over 160 major projects on Hawaii Island and invested over $630 million on roads, parks, sewers, and housing. Billy's legacy included improvements to the Edith Kanakaole Multi-Purpose Stadium, where the prestigious Mary Monarch Hula Competition and Hawaii Community College's commencement ceremony is held each year. Prior to the renovations, there were no benches outside of the main stadium area, and individuals lined up at least an hour early to get a seat. At every graduation since, the improvements, kupuna elders, and individuals with physical disabilities utilize the concrete benches while patiently waiting for the public to be able to access seating before the graduation ceremony started. Billy and his administration made those improvements happen.
In a November 2016 interview with Hawaii Public Radio, a week before he was to leave his final term in office, Billy stated, "Community projects that people have waited decades for. Think back to 2009. Unemployment was headed towards 11.2%. Today it's under 4%. It was a time for leadership, people working together. The community trusted us, fiscal ratings, bond ratings, health of our community, low unemployment, innovative programs and services, new roads and parks. We believe we're leaving Hawaii County better than we found it."
Billy demonstrated tremendous leadership during natural disasters that impacted Hawaii County. He was mayor when we anxiously awaited the arrival of tsunami waves in February 2010 and March 2011, when lava slowly encroached closer to Pohoa town in June 2014, and when Tropical Storm Isel made landfall in Puna in August 2014. Along with his civil defense administrators, he coordinated efforts with county, state, and federal agencies and maintained a very visible and compassionate presence for Hawaii Island residents impacted by these events. Mahalo, Billy.
Billy is known for his outstanding oratory skills. He was a highly sought-after speaker who delivered countless speeches at numerous occasions. Of the many occasions I have had the honor of hearing him speak at, the most memorable for me would have been at the Spring 2010 Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society Regional Convention held at the Hilo Hawaiian Hotel. Community college honor students and their advisors from around the state of Hawaii attended the conference just a week after we had all braced ourselves for impact from a possible tsunami generated by an 8.8 magnitude earthquake in Chile. The media had shown Billy flying in a Black Hawk helicopter, assessing the ocean, and showed scenes of tidal surges from the Hilo Hawaiian Hotel camera when the tsunami waves arrived. Billy captivated the students and faculty that night with his effortless infusion of the PTK honors topic, the democratization of information, power, peril, and promise, with the events that had just occurred the week before. Our Hawaii Community College chapter was so proud that others around the state got to meet and hear from our amazing mayor.
Billy's middle name, Punapaya Ala Ikahala, translates to the fragrance of the hala that was associated with Kalapana. In an interview featured in Keola magazine, Billy shared, "In Kalapana, the lauhala mats were unlike anywhere else. They would go up along the walls. It was very, very unique. In most places, the lauhala mats would extend to the wall itself, but in Kalapana, the mats would go up the walls about 6 to 9 inches. In the space between the lauhala mats and the wall, people would sprinkle the fruit of the hala tree. So people would walk into a house in Kalapana and it would have the certain fragrance. And in that fragrance is Puna Paya Ala Ikahala. What a befitting name for a native son from Kalapana, who extended himself beyond walls, who related and outreached to individuals from any space of life, and who changed the atmosphere in a room with his very presence.
I cannot think of anyone more deserving of the honor of being named Hawaii Community College's 2021 Alumni of the Year than William Billy Hunapayala Ikahala Kenoi. He has dedicated and given so much of himself for our kauhale. May he rest in aloha. May his wife Takako and their children Liam, Justin, and Mahina, his siblings, his entire ohana, and all who have loved him know how grateful we are for sharing Billy with all of us, and that he will never be forgotten.
Aloha, my name is Mahina Kenoi. I am honored and privileged to accept this award on behalf of my dad, Billy Kenoi, as a 2021 Hawaii Community College Alumni of the Year. He enjoyed his experience at the school so much that he came back full circle to inspire and educate others the way he was, by giving back to the place that he believed in. Out of all of his awards, this one would have been by far his favorite. He loved communicating with others and engaging in thought-provoking discussions more than anything. For 14 years, he dedicated his time to teaching his students. He spoke of the opportunities available to local members of the community with a degree under their belts, and the difference that this would be in their lives. His life foundations lay in his passions to aid others, and he believed that it starts right here at home. He would say it's everyone's first step to getting out in the world and pursuing their dreams, and this is where it all started for him. He graduated from the Hawaii Community College and continued his education at UH Hilo, where he then did a student exchange and graduated from the University of Massachusetts. He went on to pursue his JD at William Richardson School of Law on Oahu, and the rest is history. He always said that you should go to a school where you want to live, to give back to those who gave so much to help you get to this point, and others like yourself. He said there's such a monumental difference in seeing others like you creating change in the world. Just this past fall semester, I finished with Dean's List at HCC, and I myself have never received an academic award before. I remember the day I brought it home, the tears were running down his face. We sat down and he told me that he got this exact same letter, which was his first academic award ever too. He truly believed in education and the difference that it can make in one's life. It meant so much to the both of us, and I knew that I was on the right path, and continue to do so with his legacy in my heart. On behalf of my mom, Takako, and two brothers, Liam and Justin, we are so thankful for this award today. Mahalo and aloha.